The town of Blackwood had always been cloaked in shadows, but none were as dark as those that hovered over the Whitman Mansion. For decades, the mansion had been abandoned, standing as a grim sentinel over the edge of town. No one dared to venture near after sunset. Whispers of ghostly figures and chilling wails that could freeze the blood circulated amongst the townsfolk. It was a place where nightmares were born. Sarah, an ambitious journalist with a penchant for the paranormal, arrived in Blackwood one crisp autumn evening. She had heard stories of the mansion's haunted history and was determined to uncover the truth. With her camera in hand and a recorder to capture any spectral sounds, she set off towards the mansion as the sun began to dip below the horizon. The mansion loomed ahead, its windows like hollow eyes staring into the void. As Sarah crossed the threshold, the temperature plummeted. She could feel the weight of countless eyes upon her. Shadows flitted at the edge of her vision, and the old wood beneath her feet creaked under the burden of her intrusion. She began her investigation in the grand hall where faded portraits of the Whitman family lined the walls. Her footsteps echoed in the cavernous space, a mimicry of the heartbeat that thundered in her chest. She set up her equipment, every click and were magnified by the oppressive silence. Hours passed, and Sarah's patience started to wane. She was about to give up when she heard it, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper. She strained to hear, the whispers growing louder, more insistent. Words of warning, of despair, filled the air, each one chilling her to the bone. Frantically, she scanned the room, finding nothing. Panic set in as the whispers became a cacophony of screams. She stumbled backward, tripping over her equipment, the noise reaching a deafening crescendo. Suddenly, it all stopped. The silence was suffocating. Sarah lay there, paralyzed by fear, the air thick with an ominous presence. A cold hand brushed her cheek, and she gasped, scrambling up and darting for the exit. The door slammed shut before she could reach it. In desperate fear, she turned to face the room. There, emerging from the shadows, was a figure. It was translucent, its features etched in sorrow and rage. It was Amelia Whitman, the last inhabitant of the mansion, rumored to have died under mysterious circumstances. Amelia's ghostly form pointed an accusatory finger at Sarah. "Leave this place," the apparition warned, the voice not her own but a distorted echo from the past. "Or suffer the same fate." With a surge of adrenaline, Sarah lunged for the door, her fingers clawing at the wood. It swung open, and she tumbled out, collapsing on the front steps, gasping for breath. The mansion behind her seemed to sigh, the whispers fading into the night. Sarah never spoke of what truly happened inside the Whitman mansion, but she left Blackwood the very next day, never to return. The only evidence of her experience was the footage she captured, which she never dared to watch.